Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we will be playing a very fun Demacia Shadow Owls aggro to mid-range deck. It's kind of a throwback deck, but I kind of like its position right now with where it is, and it is an Elise Lucian Don't Spiders type deck, which I think is a lot of fun, and I've found to be pretty successful at the moment as well. The Keeper Butcher combo is heavily back in, as people have seen that, and this deck, is pretty fast. And it can deal a lot of damage very quickly if your opponent is not careful. And with the extra buffs that you get onto your units, you can, with Dawn Speakers, you can, go into the mid game and not feel panicked or whatever. As long as you got that Dawn Speakers down, they are under massive pressure to deal with whatever you're doing. And so this is the list that I have come up with, and so here it is. You've got obviously Butcher, as I mentioned, with Keeper at the moment seems really strong, or even onto Hapless Aristocrat for potentially pushing 4 damage on turn 1 feels pretty strong as well. Bark Beast, because so many things are going to be dying in this deck, is also a very nice tool to be using, and again, getting buffed up, and if something dies, it becomes a 3/3. If you've got Dawn Speakers, it's a 4/4. It's it fits pretty nicely into allowing us to just deal with things. And the thing is with Dawn Speakers, when we're building a deck around Dawn Speakers, it's often useful to have a lot of cheap things to play, so that you can essentially on a turn surprise someone with a Dawn Speakers, fill your board up, and play Dawn Speakers on the same turn. Say it's like turn 4 or whatever, you've got maybe 2 spell mana, you would open attack, something dies, what they aren't expecting is you to then, go Crawling Sensation, Bark Beast, Dawn Speakers, you've got all of a sudden a massive board again, and you're putting a lot of threats on the opponent. Hapless, obviously, just a good card. Sapling Toss, very good for obviously enabling something to die. Very good if they've got one blocker that we can't really deal with otherwise, something pretty big and hefty. We can just challenge it away and, make sure that they don't get a good block. Similar sort of idea with Blinding Assault. This is only a one-of, as it is a 2-mana card, but again, if you can get Valor buffed up, it's pretty scary. Again, if Valor can open attack twice, then that's pretty scary as well, because you'll get 4 damage in for free. So pretty strong card there that fits with the deck. Curse Keeper, obviously a great card for this deck to have, and fits pretty well with the likes of triggering a death with Ravenous Butcher or whatever. And anytime it does become a 4/4 is pretty nutty as well. Elise, and Lucian represent 2 very strong 2-drops, and obviously Glimpse in here as well to help keep us drawing. And obviously we want things to die, so glimpsing something is often beneficial. Similarly, single combat, and this is kind of the real strength of combining these 2 regions, is that you get these 2 spells, which are 1, very good for killing things if you want your own things to die, and 2, very strong spells in their own right. So you've got probably 2 of the better, if not best, 2-drops that you could have, and that's 2-drop spells even that you could have, and that's obviously going to help us a lot. Then Dawn Speakers, can potentially come down a bit later, and we've got Senna and Grizzled Ranger here at the top. Again, things that, help us if they die, so it's like a whole deck. It doesn't really matter if you die for a whole deck, and we're going to be buffing up a lot of different things here, so I think this deck is pretty well positioned right now. It feels pretty strong with when I've played it, so let's get into some games and see how we do. So Fizz Twisted Fate. Certainly interesting. We've got Lucian Senna. Not sure we need the Sapling Toss. Without Elise, I'm not as keen on keeping Crawling Sensation. Double Lucian, okay. Or Elise now. But I think with Senna, we'll obviously go Lucian into Senna and cause him probably a pretty big problem. He's playing obviously Bilge War, which means he's probably playing. See, another Senna. This could this could be pretty nutty. He's probably playing Make It Rain, something like that. So with that in mind, we can obviously think about our options. We will just go in for Senna, as obviously, as I mentioned, it does cause him a pretty big threat. And obviously we can just open attack here. No worries. That's fine if he wants to trade. See, we hope he doesn't find a Yeti, but it's fine. Pool Shark also kind of fine. And again, anytime he kills one of these is going to be a bit of a problem for him. So the Sapling Toss here could be pretty useful if you drop something like Twisted Fate. Instead it's just an Omen Hawk. And so now, what I'm actually going to do now is drop the second Senna. And what that's going to do is, if he wants to kill our Lucian, he's in trouble. Jagged Taskmaster, okay. 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 So we'll play our Sapling Toss now. So he attacks. That's interesting as well. So I'll block this because that means that Lucian's going to rally next turn with the Sapling Toss. So that was a very interesting attack by him. Not really sure why you would attack there. Because now we're going to get Lucian attacking multiple times. So we want this to die first, so we'll put that there, put Senna there, put Lucian there. We will rally again, yep. Obviously he has to block like so, but again with the Lucian's relentless pursuit as well, we're potentially causing him a lot of problems right now. Just plays Twisted Fate into gold card. That's fine. So I'll play Elise, I think. Okay, this is a bit annoying. But what we potentially could do here is actually do this to level up our Senna. And then go and play our second Lucian again, which is already leveled up, of course. And just cause him a world of hurt. Yeah, as you can see, this is going to be a pretty painful attack for him right now. He has to block one of these two, and it's going to be a bit of a problem for him. So he does block the Senna. We get it for monster damage. Yeah, I'd say this game is going pretty okay as we draw a third Senna. Yeah. Oh dear. So Heimer looks a bit of a slower deck, so we'll be looking to punish it with big plays like Butcher. Dawn Speakers could be okay, but I'm not feeling it. I'm actually feeling kind of a full mulligan. As I say, we want attacking on 2 as well. Kind of want to be going big, although apparently today we're just going to draw all the Lucians and Sennas in our deck, which isn't the worst thing. There are much worse cards to draw. We have to hope he doesn't have a turn 2 answer for this Lucian, which, if we're being honest, he probably does. But, you know, you can dream. He might be on the Remembrance plan, which might help us because, again, we can drop... If he does drop that, we can just go in for Senna, which, as I say, will help us quite a bit. Okay, he was. Yeah, which is fine. Gets the Vanguard Cavalry. We can just drop you. Now, if he attacks... I think I'll block with Senna, and I'll Sapling Toss as well. As you see, the potential combo that you can get is pretty nuts with Lucian here. Now he's playing Heimerdinger, so he's almost certainly running, you know, he's almost certainly running Get Excited, which, you know, he might have for this Lucian. But if not, he's in massive trouble. Do I develop first? I think yes, because if he does have it, he'll probably want to use it now. We'll keep our Lucian, our second Lucian alive here. If he does want to kill it, you know, we've got second Lucian, which always is helping us as well. And his developments here are pretty... Like, if we attack there, if he does get excited, we're in trouble. But now, if he plays a unit, we know our Lucian will live. We can, you know, strategize a plan around that. So it is an interesting play. So we can, I mean, we'll challenge this because this can't block either of these, or it will trade into either of these. He is playing the Mage Seekers, that's interesting. Do I want to play Valor here? What does Valor really do here? Not that much. I know I want to challenge you, don't I? Not that much, and with the Relentless Pursuit in hand as well, we could potentially deal quite a lot of damage this turn. He does want to trade those, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll rally. Get off a pretty gigantic hit. Yeah, I think I'd rather wait for the Blinding Assault. It's a good thing to kill off next turn. Now we can put him down to 1 here, which is obviously pretty funny. But it does mean losing the second Lucian. But it's probably our best chance to use it. So we'll put him down to 1. Okay, down on 1. Like, he can't play Heimerdinger now. He can't play a lot of different stuff right now. He has to deal with the Lucian. Like, for 5 mana, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so he just plays Succession. That's obviously fine. I think we want to develop wide here, obviously, and Elise obviously gives us the Spider as well, which is threatening lethal also. There isn't ways of healing in those colors. I'm pretty happy to do this. He can't even kill something that isn't Lucian, because obviously we'd rally and win. Oh yeah. Pretty mad. Lucian good. Be this the return of Fearsome Aggro? Is that what this is? Is this a callback to an old deck? An old friend? Don't think we want Double Curse Keeper. Against them is the least good. Is least good. She's... If we don't pick up Butcher, she's better than Keeper, I guess. On turn 2. The Elise turn 2 attack is always pretty good. You're always going to use that, I guess, unless you have Keeper Butcher. So that's why we Keeper. So it's good early pressure. Especially with Crawling Sensation, that's a nice draw. He has his own Elise, but that's A-okay. Doesn't choose to block with Elise, that's also somewhat interesting. We might as well play the Crawling Sensation right now, we've got not much else to do. If he does drop Callista, obviously, that's not ideal. He does. As I say, not ideal. We'll pass, he's obviously going to attack. Doesn't attack with a spider. I think this is a mistake on his behalf here. I actually will block the spider with Elise, I think. The 3 healthier isn't doing much. He is in PNZ, so he could, in theory, have something like Mystic Shot. But I'm gonna guess this is a majority Shadow Owl's deck. I will just play Grizzled Ranger now. Cast Salesman, pretty cool with Callista. Although right now it's only getting back a spider. I kind of want something to die though. That isn't Elise, so that we can level up Elise. So he blocks with that. Yeah, but if we do this twice. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Not a block I thought he would have made. Now you assume he just blocked with these, but he blocked weird last time, so take my chances. Now, probably will Crawling Sensation here. He doesn't have the most ways of dealing with this Elise, and the level up is obviously pretty nice as well. In that this can challenge this Callista next turn. If he doesn't kill it, just, you know, fairly important. Prankster, pretty scary. That's something that obviously we can potentially kill as well. Comes out with the Cast Salesman. Wow, whoa, that's an insane synergy. One that I was not aware of. You can just put a spider in front of you, save some life. We could save quite a bit of life if we sacrifice the bear, which we probably have to do in all honesty. As this will stop all of that. But we are still going down pretty low. So I would say that at this point we probably have to glimpse the Keeper. We're searching for, you know, Sapling Toss, Valor. Dawn Speakers here would be pretty nuts. What's Sapling Toss really challenging though, is another thing we have to ask ourselves. Good question. So we'll probably instead just play Xana. Get some damage in. So what's the bigger issue? Is it Prankster or is it Callista? It's probably, in all honesty, it's probably Prankster. So we can attack with you, we can attack with you, we can take you. Do I need these spiders? Would I prefer the damage? I probably prefer the damage. I don't think I really need them. He's got an answer. That's not good either. I don't think we can win from here, I'll be honest. Prankster burn. Crazy. Crazy what the kids are playing these days. Wow. That's an interesting card to put in this deck. I just don't see a way that we win, so yeah. I just don't see a way out, unfortunately. Spooky Karma. Haven't seen this one in a while. I wonder if it's any good. I genuinely have not seen this deck in quite some time. Similar sort of idea to before. Glimpse isn't terrible in this matchup by any means, but we're looking for maybe some different options. Now, against these colors, the difference between 3 and 2 health is pretty much 0, which is why stuff like Senna is probably pretty decent. Just because Shadow Isles has no ways of dealing 2, but obviously a lot of days of dealing 1, and obviously Grasp deals 3, and Whale and Grasp and Val Feast are almost certainly a 3 of in this deck. He's not running anything too scary. This is a nice little 1-2 punch. Obviously, we've already seen the power of putting Lucian in center on the battlefield, particularly if you can get multiple centers. So he passes here, and we can put him in a bit of a spot right now by doing this. Because if he does want to grasp, he gives us a massive attack. And if he wants to Will of Ionia one of these, it would probably be Senna. It's a pretty slow, you know, it's not useless, but it's not ideal either. Wow. Wow. Okay, I mean that's pretty massive for us. Yeah, that's pretty big, especially considering we got second Senna. So if he does kill Lucian, we've got a massive Senna. Second grasp. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's fine. This kind of obviously ruins our Senna play somewhat, but it does increase our Elise Curse Keeper Crawling Sensation play. I could have leveled up Elise there. Maybe that was the play instead. That's true. But we're obviously generating quite a bit of pressure right now. He could be on Whale, but this the Curse Keeper does help us against Whale, obviously. Now again, he could be on Thresh at this point. So I am just gonna open attack here. If he is on Whale, then that's fine. We're pushing him down to 9 right now. This is having used 2 grasps. He does go for it. That's fine. We can get off pretty massive Dawn Speakers here. He obviously saves himself quite a bit of damage. But yeah, we will be going for a pretty massive Dawn Speakers. Going for more Elise. Just being super efficient at this point. And the difference between 1 and 2 is pretty big. And now obviously he's in quite a bit of trouble, especially with this Lucian. Just a Shadow Assassin. That's fine. I mean, if Shadow Assassin is doing, you know, pretty much nothing on this board. So now obviously he's in Ruination Mana. So obviously we just open swing. No need for anything else. Now that he's got the potential Ruination, we just smack him down. He does go for it. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. There is. Now, having used 2 grasps, having used all of that, we will. Do I want to empty my hand? Probably not empty my hand. We want to hold up something, probably. Yeah, but having used 2 grasps is apart from Thresh, he didn't have many ways of killing this. And then obviously, as soon as he kills Lucian, our Senna levels up, and we're putting him under more threat. So yeah, that's the deck. I think you can see that the power level of something like this is just insane when it works. It is just insane when it works, and it works quite a lot. Lucian Senna right now, it's so good, and let me tell you why it's so good. Because P&Z doesn't feel great right now, and Lucian and Senna's problem has always been P&Z, because P&Z always runs Mystic Shot as a 3-of, pretty much, and that's obviously a big counter to them. But without P&Z, Lucian and Senna are really, really good. Really good. So I would recommend to everyone this deck. I think it's just in a really good spot, and it's a really quite a lot of fun to play, and it's, as you've seen, pretty good against a whole range of decks. So yeah, check it out. I've been Chris. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.